Hey, what's up guys, it's me. I want to take a quick second before I get into today's reaction video and talk to you guys about RWBY Amino. So RWBY Amino reached out to me about a week ago and asked about doing a little promo for their app, and I was more than happy to oblige because I have actually an app that I use a fair amount of the time. So RWBY Amino is an app that you can get on the App Store or the Samsung equivalent, I don't quite know what it is. And you can interact with other people in the RWBY community. So a lot of people that I talk to at conventions will talk about how they really enjoy reaction videos because they feel like they get to share watching the show with someone else, because no matter where they are, they just don't have a lot of people in their lives who also enjoy the show and enjoy the content that they like. So they use reaction videos in the comment sections to kind of interact with those people. And RWBY Amino is actually a place where you can do that pretty easily. I've used it pretty much since it actually came around, I think. But you can use it to post your art and your cosplay, and I mean, I'm a completionist, so they have a thing where you can check in every day and you get points. So I'm one of those people, it's like, even if I don't post anything else that day, I'll just check in because I need to keep that streak going. It's like Snapchat streaks, it's addictive. But basically, you can post your art, you can post your cosplay, you can post your theories. I'm pretty sure you can post fan works on it too. And it's just a lot of fun. You get to interact with people that you wouldn't normally interact with. And honestly, it's kind of nice to be able to talk to people without having to deal with a lot of toxic stuff that you can find on YouTube. Like, someone will be like, oh, this is gross, dislike, even if they don't even know what the video is about. Whereas it's nice because on RWBY Amino, they already like RWBY, so you kind of already have that out of the way, and it kind of has the same kind of atmosphere as when you're at RTX, because you know who you're talking to likes the same stuff you're talking to. You don't have to worry about that little barrier. So before I got into today's episode, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. And I'm actually going to be having a Q&A on RWBY Amino in the next couple of days, hopefully when this is unblocked, because I needed to do one and I wasn't really sure to do it on this channel or how to do it or to live stream it, and it was suggested that I do it on RWBY Amino because there's like a live chat function and it actually works perfectly. So if you guys have any questions you want to ask me, I will be on RWBY Amino. I'll have the dates and times posted in the download link for the app in the bottom, but I hope that I can see you guys on there because it's really fun and you get to comment and interact with people, and it's a little bit, I feel like it's a little bit more intimate than on YouTube, because on YouTube, you know, there's lots of people watching things, there's lots of people commenting on things, and it's hard to like sort through exactly like what's being talked about and how to have like a really like conversation. It's a little bit easier on the app. So that aside, this is RWBY Volume 6, Episode 7, and I'm back on the floor of my bedroom. So as you guys know, I've been like standing in front of my bookshelf for a while, but the lighting from my window is the worst, and it's still not great here. But I keep ordering curtains and they either don't show up or they don't work, so I have to throw a blanket over it, and it's just a nightmare. So I'm back to the floor because, you know, the light may be strong on this side, but at least I'm not backlit. So you know what, it works. So this is the Grim Reaper, and I think I may have been a little spoiled. I don't know. It's not like one of those things where you see a spoiler and you're like, oh no, I've been spoiled. And you're like, is that a thing? So the whole thing is like Cinder shares her plans with Neo. I think it's Maria shares her past. I saw like a couple stills from an article that came out that I talked about last week, where it was like high flying adventure, and you had like Maria with like the classic like skull mask and a really cool cape and like a small scythe, and I was like, that's a neat design. It's interesting that they call her I get it now. I was like, why do they call her the Grim Reaper? She doesn't reap soul. She doesn't kill people. She kills Grim. They're called Grim. Alright, so anyway, this is the episode. That embarrassing moment aside, I am kind of interested to see how Cinder shares her plans with Neo. Like, I guess, like, Neo can hear it, but, like, if Neo has any feedback, is she just gonna keep quiet because she assumes Cinder knows better? Or, like, I don't know. As far as spoilers, yeah, I'd seen the thing with Maria jumping around. It was tagged as Volume 6 spoilers and Volume 6 spoilers-ish, but it was Jean hugging a sister, and it was like, how dare you make us worry like this, or something like that. So I don't know if, I mean, I know they don't go home, but I don't know if he gets a letter from them, or what that deal is. But I guess the Ark family's kind of involved. I guess we'll freaking find out, my dudes. Okay, let's do this. I'm still sick, so...
We did not seek this conflict.
Oh!
But we will rise to meet it.
Yeah!
We will do everything we can to protect those who have put their trust in us.
God, I'm so hyped for Genlock.
And we will get through this. For the people.
Yeah! Oh, hell yeah! Hell yeah! Both groups. So I guess we do see, I don't know. I'm still kind of sick, so rip y'all's eardrums. Stay close, move fast. The darkness cannot last. No hope, no past. But we've had a dream to catch, and we cannot wait. Trust the way we're made. The sparrows born to fly. The mountains tower. The river knows to reach the sea. Rain will help the flowers be. We're the same, you and me. The lightning doesn't take advice from anyone. The willow doesn't need to learn to stand. As sun sinks day, we'll find a way. That dream together someday soon. We're rising like the mound. I still love that sequence. That ending sequence is so nice. And I love that shot. And everyone's squatted up. I miss the squad. Just wee baby, is this my squad? Go on, move aside, boy. Exposition. Vernal. Oh yeah, the thumbnail was a zombie.
Now you
Her.
understand. I've got to get the relic before it can be secured in Atlas.
Mood.
It's the only way that Salem... It's the only way we can accomplish our goal.
I dig her knife.
You're not the only one who wants Ruby dead. But unfortunately, Salem does not feel the same way.
Why though?
I've been instructed not to kill her. But you...
Oh.
You have no such orders.
Loophole!
You can do as you please. Help me get to Atlas. Help me find her.
I love tall and clunky and small and
The
dainty.
rest is up to you.
Her hat. Also mood with flicking that knife, because I do that all the time. Oh, yeah, this is, I saw this shot. I didn't, like, see it in video form, I just saw, like, GIFs and stills, I think. Oh, creaky bridges. Is it bad that my first thought was Shrek? Also, I feel like, I didn't say it, but I love her look. I don't know if the foot made contact there, it seemed a little weird, but I love Maria's vibe. Young Maria's, like, look is such a look. Like, it reminds me of a lot of concept art that I saw for Sombra early. Oh, I didn't see her hood was like that! That is some Kingdom Hearts Heartless shit! Is it also a gun, or was this too early for also guns? What are you? Oh, I thought it looked different. Oh, she got two?! It is also a gun, okay. What?! Like magnetism. Or rather, they link together, yeah, like... That's such a complex weapon to learn how to use, too. You'd have to be so familiar with the range and strength. Oop! Snip, snip. Oh. God, I love her outfit. So it turns them to stone? Nice. God, if I cosplay her, making her cape's gonna suck. Or her hood. Whomst. That is a big hammer, but not the biggest we've seen.
Well,
Well, that's a fancy trick now, innit? Afraid it comes with a price, though, love.
So it wasn't a zombie, it was a snake girl. Chimeras, huh? Fucking sweet.
I don't think you realize who I am.
Of course I do.
What?
You're the Grim Reaper.
That's creepy.
And these are the last 60 seconds of your life.
Well, I mean, you got a motif. May as well work with it. What the heck? I feel like she's really good against Grimm, but I feel like once it gets into people, it gets a little tricky. Oh, nice! I will never not love the 2D effect cards in the show. God, her weapon would be so handy because you can routinely use it to generate momentum and increase validity with your actions. God, that character has such a neat vibe. Oh, rip her aura. Like that! Yeah! So are all Silverite users just like drawn to... Well, that's rude. Oh!
It was a close call. I'll give you that.
So is it just enhanced speed for whatever those 60 seconds?
You know, the only reason my master wants you dead is because of your eyes. But soon as you ain't got 'em no more, you might be able to convince me to spare your life. Well, I respect that. I'll fight her to the end.
I dig her weapon. Come on. Yeah. Oof.
But I wasn't. I went into hiding soon after.
I can't believe it. You're the Grim Reaper. You were a legend. And then you disappeared.
How exactly does a legend just disappear?
You never used your name. Never showed your face. Lots of us thought you were just laying low. Eventually we came to accept that you were probably dead. But the stories about you... I based my weapon off of yours.
I thought
I wanted to be as good as the Grim Reaper.
Ruby's
I'm
were
nothing
similar.
but a disappointment, so you're well on your way. How can you say that?
Damn.
Child, a huntress is supposed to protect others to the bitter end. But after I lost my eyes, I only ever looked after myself. Even after my surgery, I was too afraid to fight. Afraid someone would find me again. Finish what the others started. You shouldn't aspire to be like me. Especially when some of you are clearly stronger already. It's comforting seeing that your generation seems up to the task of inheriting this world. I'm just sorry I didn't do more to leave it in better shape.
Well, maybe you can do something now.
Teach me.
Teach me to use my powers the way you did.
John.
John!
Huh?
How?
Hello?
Ruby! Oh, thank you! I've been checking my scroll for your signal since we made it to the city.
The city? Huh? Wait.
They must be close. Vomit boy. They're almost to Argus. What about the rest of the phone call? Oh, is it gonna be in ruins? No, okay. Wait, maybe. He's smiling, so okay, we're good. We're good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived in Argus.
I mean, you still got like a good 10 kilometers. That's a big hill. Huh. Interesting. I was wondering when they were going to meet up with Team Juniper. Nora!
Oh, come here!
Are you all okay? We were so
Oh!
worried.
It's been kind of a crazy trip.
Sunflower confirmed.
Statement.
Wait, there's no lady.
I'm so glad you're all safe.
Is that Naruto in the background? Leader bonding.
Hey, I promised, didn't I?
Oh.
Yeah, you did. It's good to see you guys.
Distance makes the heart grow fonder. He doesn't annoy me as much anymore.
It's actually one of the largest non-capital cities in all of Remnant.
Looks like San Francisco.
Oh, wait, wouldn't it be hard to settle something this big away from the main kingdom?
Well, it was. Until Mantle showed up.
Wow.
Early settlement attempts by Mistral didn't go well. But colonists
Objects
from Mantle
without
were
any-
able to help them brave the cold climate in return for goods that Solitas couldn't provide.
The two nations work together to create a
Tristan the Mist.
While it still falls under Mistral domain, Atlas keeps a military presence here to help keep the people safe and to keep trade between the two nations steady.
Well, until recently.
God, I miss Nora.
We should probably start looking for a ship.
So, where have you guys been staying?
His sisters.
There you are!
Is that...
Hey, Saf.
She's hot.
I can't believe I'm meeting your sister! I have so many questions. Oh, I can give you the rundown later.
Will you guys knock it off?
What? I love telling stories about my baby brother.
She has Winry vibes.
I am not a baby!
Yes, you are.
That's a baby.
Yes, you are.
Oh, look at your little face.
So, Saffron, you're the
Saffron?
only orc
Okay.
living here?
Yep, moved the second I could.
Valid.
Sean and I are the only two living away from home. I guess he just wanted to be like his big sis.
Help!
Aw, you didn't deny it. Everyone, this is my wife, Terracotta.
Oh my god!
Nice to meet you.
Why, hello.
Yay!
Wow, quite a party. You weren't kidding. Hun, could I get some help, please?
And you're sure it's alright if we stay with you? Of course. We're happy to house huntsmen and huntresses.
You all risk so much to keep people like us safe. It's the least we can do.
She sounds
Especially
familiar.
for such an elite huntsman like yourself. Although I will say I was surprised to learn you had students helping you. Is that even legal?
Of course. Think of it as an extended training mission. Trust me, I was a professor. Even went to the same academy as them. And let me tell you, these kids are way better than we were at their age. Well,
Trauma will do that to you.
specifically, but a lot of students.
Shut up, there's food!
You're valid.
Excuse me, I'll be right back. Hello?
Is everything okay?
Oh, yeah, it will be. Tara's a technician for the town's relay tower.
He has an anime.
Unfortunately, the military's radar system is also housed there. Guess what's been on the fritz lately and who's getting falsely blamed?
You're valid.
So, what's your plan for tomorrow?
Well,
Sleep.
we're trying to make our way to Atlas. We'll probably start with the military base.
So, we kind of already tried that, and
Oh no.
it didn't go super great.
Come on, it couldn't be that bad.
They also... Yeah. Oh my god! Terracotta arc. Oh, screw. So those are fake teeth. Okay, that's valid. Killing it as always, Arryn. That's such a look. God, that's such a cool shot. I'm I'm like about to cry. I wasn't expecting that. I know that someone's gonna say that I'm overreacting, but I'm just so happy. Okay, let me just try not to cry for once in a video. I was not expecting that. I wasn't expecting... I know that it sounds stupid. And I know that it's like a common thing amongst anyone who isn't straight. But seeing yourself represented at all is just kind of amazing. And it's something that I haven't gotten used to. God, I have chills. Oh my god. Like, you don't usually see a lot of, like, God, I should not be as emotional about this as I am. Okay, let me just try to get the other stuff so I can, like, process. Okay, so Maria was a legendary hero we didn't hear about. I don't think Pyrrha mentioned it when she was talking to Oz about fairy tales. Yeah, Crow modeled his weapon after hers, and RWBY modeled hers after his in turn. Because I was thinking that hers was kind of similar to RWBY's, and like, you know, and then it was like a scythe, but I was kind of wrote it off in my head as just like, oh, you know, scythes be a thing in the show, it'd be like that. But she indirectly influenced the next generation. And I think Yang needed to hear that. I think Yang needed to hear that she was strong for not running away. Even though she is running away emotionally, I think she did need to hear that she's not as weak as she might be trying to hide that she feels she is. I'm cold now. I got chills and now I'm cold. I'm just gonna... So that explains the art that I saw. I guess it would make sense that not all 7 sisters would stay in Mistral, or stay in veil. But yeah, so Maria, okay, she didn't lose her eyes Kill Bill style, but she still lost them in a gnarly way. She got, as soon as that happened, all I could think of was middle school cow eye dissections and just, that would have hurt. That would have hurt really badly. Oh god, rip Maria, poor Maria. God, her look was so nice though. Oh my god, I just realized who that character's based off of. The one who took Maria's eyes. It's the crocodile from Peter Pan. That swallowed the clock. So her semblance was related to time. So I'm assuming it gave her enhanced speed and whatnot during that period. And was another person who would like really leaned into their faunus traits and kind of embellished them like how Sienna did. Which was interesting. That character design was real gnarly. I really liked that. It had like a sort of steampunk vibe, but it definitely like, even if there wasn't the voice, you would look at the character and be like, that's an Aussie. That was well done. I love Maria's mask. Kind of want to make that mask. Kind of want to cosplay Maria. Alright, and then, so Argus looks like San Francisco, except with a lot older architecture. It kind of looks like Savannah almost with the architecture, I think. It's really pretty. It's really pretty. I like that city. I think it's one of my favorite cities that we've seen so far. I think that could be it's one of like the main cities, the bigger cities that we've seen since the switch to Maya, because we didn't really see too many big cities. Like, we kind of saw Mistral, but we mostly just saw the inside of Haven. So it's nice to see like a city, like, because when we had Vale, it was in Poser, and like they did their best, but it wasn't like really detailed, and this was really detailed, and it looks really nice, and I dig it. And I love everyone's reunion. I missed what Nora said when she ran into Oscar, so I'm gonna want to look at that again. But whoever is in charge of Nora's animations for these shots and who had them for like episode 1, you're just like my favorite person because they're so full of life. And like it's one of those things where like you didn't realize how like little subtle animation there was in the earlier volumes until now when like it's there. You're like you don't realize the absence of something, and seeing like her little. Just the way she moves is so Nora, and I'll never be over it, because it's so good. She's just so pure, and I love that she's just a bouncing ball of joy. And she immediately just tackled Oscar to the ground, which he needs to get used to. Come on, boy. Develop a landing strategy for important hugs. And then, Ren and Yang... I love their friendship. Like, we never really see them interact, but I've seen a lot of art of them, like, interacting, and it's always just really pure. And it could be because I follow Dashing Ice Cream online, and she draws a lot of monochrome, and she draws a lot of Ren and Yang, and she draws a lot of Ilya and Weiss, which makes me very happy. So, like, as soon as I saw those two, I was like, Dash will be pleased. I also just two tall, giant, amazing people. I love them. And it made me happy. It was nice to see them. And Blake hugging people. Like, we don't really see her being too physical, but I like seeing her reach out to people, so that was nice. And I think it's funny that I love Maria's drag on Crow. I love her drag on Crow so much. Just like, I just became a disappointment. You're well on your way to being... Like, that's just so savage! And I love it! Like, Grandma pulls no punches! She pulls no punches, and I love her! Ugh. Ugh! I love these kids. I love these kids. I love these episodes that are domestic. I love the domestic RWBY universe. Like, I love the RWBY universe. I love the combat. I'm an aspiring fight animator. I love the fighting. I love the grim. I love like the gnarly, dark, angsty parts of it. But I also love seeing what life is like for the not hunters and huntresses. It's like how people were saying that they would totally watch like a Pokemon show that wasn't focused on a Pokemon trainer. Like, they just want to know what life would be like coexisting with Pokemon. And I feel like it's like that, like, seeing episodes where it's just them living, like, a slice of life makes me very happy, just because, you know, we get to see what life is like in Remnant when things aren't a total disaster. I don't know, it just makes me happy. Like the ramen episode, and making sandwiches. Like, I know that they weren't, but like you saw the edges of some of them, and it was like, it looked like it had the feeling of like when you're cutting crust off of sandwiches to give to little like younger family members. Like, it just made me happy, and I love it's like, is that even legal? And it's just like, oh yes, totally 100% legal, 100% legal. Ruby's like, shut up, there's food, which is the most accurate mood of any time you're meeting someone's parents, because they always ask you questions about their kid, and it's like, hey, how is Jimmy doing in school? And you don't want to be like, well, you see, Jimmy got a D because he stayed up late playing Overwatch. You don't want to be that person, but you always end up saying more than you should have, so it's like, it's the very common, shut up, there's food, which is wonderful. And I love that Ruby still, like, two hands whatever she's doing. Like, I love that ambidextrous disaster, like when Jean's like, hold my punch, and she just sips out of his punch immediately, and eating sandwiches in two hands. It just makes me very happy. I love seeing these kids be kids. I love seeing these dorky teenagers be teenagers. It makes me happy. It, like, fills me with life again after having it almost sucked out in the last episode. I love the design of the city. I will not be over that. It's so pretty. Like, God, I would live there in a heartbeat. And you know they're gonna use Tara to get in. Like, they'll be like, hey, sis, I got a big... I love the Jean arc family thing. Also, now I just run and work on a story. Like, whenever it's winter, I get in the mood to work on, like, 8 million different stories. And that's coming back full force. I've rebooted my webcomic. I started writing a My Hero Academia thing, and... now I'm sitting here like, hey, remember that Arcos fic you started like 3 years ago that involved Jean's siblings? You should restart that now that you know what they sort of look like in at least one of their names, so you don't have to make it up. And it's like, shh, guess I'm gonna have to do it. Oh no, I have no choice. But... okay. Now to what I've been really waiting to talk about. Oh wait, I have to talk about Cinderio. It's interesting that they went back to the vault, because I don't know if Neo knew, like, any of the stuff about maidens, so I guess it's easier to explain in a giant vault under the school that's like, hey, this is why we were attacking Haven, this is why we're attacking Vale, this is why all this stuff happened. So, like, I guess that's why that's there. I love Neo's look. I know that Neo was made, like, on a whim and that she wasn't planned from the beginning, but I swear to God, it's like that hat was meant to be on her teeny tiny body, and I love her. She looks like a walking stick of Neapolitan Pocky, and I love her to bits. She could beat me up, and I'd be like, thanks! And I kind of bums me that most of the damage to her outfit is on her skirt of her jacket, because that's the part of my jacket that I'm most confident with, but hopefully I can finish it up. I'll probably damage it just because I can, or I'll do a photo shoot with it neat, and then I'll damage it, and then it's like, cool, done, don't have to touch it again. I love Cinder playing with a knife, because that's such a mood. As someone who collects knives, that is such a mood. Like, I'll fuck with a butterfly knife when I'm talking to people. Like, that's such a mood, and I love that she's just like, you know what, I'm gonna be extra here, I'm gonna melt it because I can. Because if you have that extra power, and like if you have power and you didn't have it all along, you're gonna use it as much as you can. It's like a thing. Like, if you've had power your whole life, you won't use it all the time, because it's always been a part of you. It's like why, like, in the Marvel universe is why Loki doesn't, like, teleport anywhere, because he's always had magic. He's like, I can walk here, I don't need to do this, whereas Doctor Strange was like, he didn't always have these abilities, so now he's using them in excess to, like, make up for all that time. And that's kind of like what Cinder's doing, is she's using her maiden powers because she didn't always have them. But back to onto the important stuff, the not plot-related stuff that I've been literally screaming about this entire time, and my nose is still running from almost crying, so rip my makeup. But gay! So, I mentioned this a couple times, like, on my art Twitter and on my regular Twitter, and I'm sure that I've mentioned it here, but every time that someone who isn't straight sees representation, at least from what the people that I've talked to and from my own experience, it's like earth-shattering, because you're so used to your own brain and to people telling you, like, oh, you're abnormal, and it being, like, such an effort. Everyone always makes it seem like it's such an effort to put in representation. They're like, yeah, we were gonna put in a gay guy, but, like, it's so much work to add a new character and do all this casting stuff, and it's like, yeah, it's work, but maybe it's worth it because it's, I don't know, relatively large chunk of the population, maybe we'd like to be represented. And, like, it's rare to have just casual representation, too. Because half the time that there's, like, a gay character, it's always a huge deal. Like, their entire plotline is about being gay. Like, most of the time, it's like, oh, here's Jimmy. He's gay. The show is now about Jimmy's struggle about being gay. And it's like, how about we just have it so it's like, that's just a part of who they are. Like, I'm a human being. Like, my major plot line isn't that I'm bi. It's not like, this is Arryn, she was created to be bi and for no other reason. No. I'm an animation student. I'm an artist. I'm a cosplayer. I just happen to be bi. Like, that's how it is. That's how people are. And it's nice to see that in shows. It's nice to see, like, seeing representation done casually and domestically is so important. Like, when there's not a big deal made out of it, it makes me so happy, because it's like, it feels like you're finally being accepted. Like, it's not like you see, like it's like people will stop and take pictures of gay couples holding hands on the street. That's a thing, because they're like, oh, so brave. It's like, it shouldn't have to be brave. They're existing. That shouldn't be, that should just be a decent right. So, like, having it not be that, like, Tara walks in, is like, oh, this is my wife, Terracotta. Like, having them not be like, what? Jean, your sister's gay? Like, the fact that that wasn't there, like, it's such a low bar. It's such a low bar. But you know what? It makes me happy. Like, the bar is so low, but, like, it's nice to not have it be, like, to have it be a casual and domestic thing. Like, as much, like, I love the casual domestic moments in RWBY with, the teams and, like, their platonic bonding. I love that. And I love that they're trying to, like, add in these things, or, like, just casual diversity. Like, they were gonna do that back in Volume 5, I think it was, with the pilot. He was like, look, I just want to go home and be with my man. They were gonna, like, put that in to be casual, and then, like, the rest of RWBY was like, hey, this guy's a dick and then he dies. That's a dick character, and then kill your gays. And it was like, oh shit, you're right, maybe we shouldn't do that, because, like, you just don't realize that it's harmful representation. And, like, this didn't feel like that. This felt like, hey, this is my wife, we're married, this is our child, this is our house, welcome to Argus, this is what life is. It just was like, boom, orange juice, that's life. It was nice. Like, when that happened, I had a similar feeling to, like, the end of Legend of Korra, with Korra and Asami holding hands into the sunset. There was no person, like, aggressively spelling out and pointing attention to the fact that they were, like, holding hands romantically. There was no one going, like, see? We did representation. Points for us. Like, it didn't feel like that. Like, it does feel like that a little bit, but, like, not as much as it could have been. And it just makes me happy seeing that representation, because it's nice to feel represented. It's nice to see yourself in media. Like, it's such a rare thing to see healthy representation. Like, I've watched shows just because there's healthy representation in them. Like, I literally could not have given a shit about a couple shows, and it's like, oh hey, this show has a healthy gay couple that isn't the focus of the show, but they're there, and I was like, well, guess I'm watching all of this show that I don't care about, because I need to show that I support this, because I'm ripping apart a wire. Just because I want more of it. And, like, it's so important to have that casual stuff. And it makes me really happy, because, like, if I've noticed anything kind of about the RWBY community, is that there's kind of two sides to it. Is that there's kind of, like, the dude bro side a little bit, where it's like, excuse me? You can't say that they're all useless lesbians, because clearly Weiss has shown interest in a man and thus she is heterosexual. They are all heterosexual. How dare you imply they are not? That damages my chances of being with this fictional anime girl. Which I have come across many of those people. And then there's, like, the other side of people that are a lot of people who are LGBT, and they're like, yo, what's up, my name's so-and-so, I'm a lesbian, I love RWBY, Blake and Yang are dating. Like, there's like two different sides. There are people who are like, how dare you imply that, like, how dare you headcanon that these characters aren't straight, and you have people who are like, there's not a straight person in RWBY. Like, and I feel like kind of things like this kind of bridge it a little bit, and I lost my train of thought because I was just thinking about all the times I've had to, like, yell at people for stuff like that. Because, like, it's just nice to see your representation. And, like, one thing that does kind of bug me with, like, the community sometimes is that, like, there's a lot of people who are like, you're not allowed to headcanon this. It's like, let me live my life. If shows won't give me, like, representation in main characters, let me at least give them that representation in my head. Like, I've had people on stream yell at me. They were like, how dare you say that you think Pyrrha is bisexual? And I'm like, who is it hurting? Who is it hurting that I think she's bi? Like, it's I don't know. Anyway, this rant went way off topic. I'm very happy. I'm not even caffeinated, and I feel like I could run a mile. I'm happy. Like, seeing casual representation like that just makes me so happy. And seeing these kids happy after so long, like, the combination of them getting to a place of relative safety and meeting up with Team Juniper again, like, and, like, all of that together was just, like, it felt like a Christmas present. It was, like, wrapped, like, here, all of your children are safe, wrapped up in blankets, eating sandwiches with hot cocoa. You can rest now. Like, I feel like I can breathe. Because normally when I'm watching the show, I'm like, man, I want to grab all of Team RWBY and wrap them up in blankets, give them hot chocolate, and put on Nightmare Before Christmas and let them live their best lives safe away from the arms of the writers. But I feel like that was, like, here, let them rest now. Which also makes me a little bit afraid for what they're going to go to, because if they're giving them a rest now, what's the rest of the season going to be like? Ugh. I love these kids. I love these kids. I love Jean's sister. Also, one of the things I've noticed with Jean is that it's not that I don't like his character, it's just I feel like I can only handle his character in small amounts. Cause like this episode I was like, oh, there's Jean, there's my boy Jean, like I missed him. Which like, you wouldn't do if you didn't like a character, so it's not like I don't like Jean that much, it's just I feel like there was a lot of him, and it was kind of oversaturated, and I just needed a break from him. It's the distance makes thy heart grow fonder. Like, I feel like I just needed, like, these 5 episodes to, like, take some space, take a break in the relationship, and just be like, hello. Hello, good boy. Good boy, yes, good boy. Good boy. Like, I still have some beef with how he's written. Like, that's just because, like, I'm a writer. I have beef with most things. And I just inherently try to critique everything that I watch. So, like, I have, like, some beef with, like, some aspects of his character, yeah, but it's just like, ah, yes, good boy. I mean, it could also be that it's, like, how he behaved in this episode lines up with how I wish Jean behaved a lot of the time, and how he, like, behaves in anything that I write with him. So I was like, ah, yes, there is my boy. I'm rambling. I'm definitely rambling. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I'm recording this really early, so hopefully it'll be unblocked on time. I don't know, I've given up at this point, basically. Like, I'm still gonna put up reactions, I'm still gonna watch them, but at this point I'm like, it's not gonna be unblocked on time, so whatever. Friendly reminder, I will be doing that poll with RWBY, I will be doing that Q&A with RWBY Amino over the next couple of days. I will tweet about it and I'll post about it on my YouTube channel and be like, hey, the Q&A is going to be at this time, at this date, ask your questions. Yeah, so hopefully I get to talk to you guys a lot of you guys there, and I can answer questions, and I don't know what kind of stuff you guys are asking. If you're going to ask theories, if someone asks about how I think Pyrrha might come back to life, get ready for like a 40-minute rant, and like 18 Avatar Last Airbender references, but I'll love you forever. I haven't done too much theorizing for this season. I'm trying to just kind of live in the moment. But I'm afraid. You know they're gonna use Terra. You know they're gonna use Terra to get into the comm tower or whatever it is. Because it's on the Fritz and they're blaming her. And I love Saffron Kata arc. I love her. And I love that she's like, cause someone's being blamed incorrectly for just messing with the baby. And I love the baby's dumb little anime hair spike. It makes me so happy. And I love that she's like, I'm on the phone, babe. You can't say that shit when I'm on the phone with him. It makes me happy. because it's very much what happens when people are on the phone. It's like when you're like, my mom's calling, hold on. You have the group of friends who's like, everyone be quiet, behave. You have the group of friends who's making sex noise in the background. You have someone who's like, yo, don't put the weed in the microwave. Like, it's that kind of fun banter that was like in that moment. It made me happy. It felt very human. Like, I don't know. I love these little domestic moments in RWBY. They just make me happy. They like refill my heart with joy. They cure my depression. They clear my face. My crops are flourishing. My skin is clear. Anyway, I'm gonna go because otherwise I'm just gonna get back into ranting about how happy I am about Saffron and Terracotta. Saffron's design. I don't know who did that, but thank you. Like, I've been rewatching Full Metal Alchemist. Anyone on Twitter knows that I'm rewatching Full Metal Alchemist. So immediately just her outfit kind of gave me Winry vibes. But it made me very happy, and I also want to make that outfit partially because cosplaying obscure characters is what I do best, and partially because I would wear that in day-to-day fashion, because I'm just looking for excuses to dress like an anime character every day. Why do you think I wear armbands and have asymmetrical haircuts and abnormal hair? I want to be an anime girl. But I love her outfit. I love her pants especially. I want those pants. Like, where can I find them? All of like the concept designs this season have been like on point. Like they're usually on point, but like this season, like background characters and side characters, they have really nice designs. Like that snake, the crocodile girl, her design was really, really good, and like there was so much thought put into her, and she's probably never gonna show up again. I'm gonna think about that crocodile girl for a while. I'm also excited for RWBY to learn how to use her silver eyes, and RWBY's just like, well, I mean, you can teach me! Please! I don't know what I'm doing! I kind of hope that RWBY gets, like, an add-on to her costume that's almost like Maria's that kind of covers her eyes, because people would be like... Because it could be, like, the same thing, just like, you have silver eyes. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about, they're gray. I just used the, you know, those Krylon tears? Yep, that's what it is. Like, I don't know what her excuse is gonna be. I mean, I guess people just assume that she has gray eyes. But, or maybe it's not even really common knowledge anymore, just because RWBY didn't know about it, and she was, like, the weapon huntress expert. Oh, God. I want Cinder's knife. I want to make Cinder's knife. I want to resin cast that. That looks really nice. If anyone knows someone who does, like, resin casting with props, I'm a little bit too busy to do it, but if anyone knows someone who does that, please let me know, because I would like one of those. Anyway, I said I was going to stop like 10 minutes ago. This is now 45 minutes long, just recording talking about the episode. This doesn't include like intro stuff and the thing that I did earlier. Like, that doesn't include any of that. This is just me talking for like 45 minutes at like Mach 2. So I'm so sorry. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season. I still don't know what holidays are going on. We just got our Christmas tree. It's crooked. I have to decorate it. I'm still baking cookies. I'm making like 8 dozen cookies for my friends. But I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday. I just said that a sentence ago. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'm excited to see what's for next episodes. Like, I'm usually a little bit late on watching these, so I usually end up getting a little bit spoiled, or like at least a little bit, or I'm like, oh, I gotta stay off Twitter for this period, or like I'm like, I usually don't have that long to wait before I have to watch a new episode just because I watch them later, but I'm watching this on Monday, so I have like a full week to wait, and I'm just gonna be like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do now? But yeah, I hope you guys... I'm not gonna say it again. Oh, but I have to say it again. It's like part of my outro. I have muscle memory with my mouth. I hope you guys have a good week. There we go. That's different. And I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I hope you guys enjoy next week's episode. I don't know how many episodes this is. I don't know if it's gonna be 12 episodes or 13 or 14. Either way, RWBY's killing it. Crewby's killing it. I saw someone who's like the lead comp whose name is escaping me, and I want to cry because I'm usually so good with names. She was saying that she hadn't watched the past episodes because she'd been busy, but seeing how the comp team's, like, working on it, she was, like, so proud, and, like, I cannot blame them. Like, the animation and the comp and everything is so nice. Like, as someone who, like, studies the pipeline, this just makes me so happy, because it's, like, the aesthetic is so nice. It's so choice. And I'm gonna go into another rant if I don't turn off the video right now, so goodbye.